My brothers and sisters, greetings. Today we celebrate the 23rd Sunday in Ordinary Time. In today's second reading, there is an interesting episode. A slave by the name of Onesimus escaped from his master, Philemon. So the owner of a slave at that time called despota, that's a Greek word, despota. And that's why we see Onesimus escaped from Philemon and fled to Paul for safety. Paul was eager to protect the runaway slave, but he realized that something of higher value than the freedom of Onesimus was at stake. He was concerned that the master Philemon act as a true disciple of Jesus Christ. Actually, we are not sure how Philemon responded. Did he release his slave or not? Did Philemon perhaps remind Paul that slavery was legal and that he had a right to keep his slave? Did he complain that Paul really did not understand the economics of his situation and that his slave is necessary for his financial success? We do not know whether Philemon responds with generosity, which Paul expected of him as a disciple of Jesus. What we do know is that as disciples of Jesus, we are called to be generous in our response, not to live according to the minimum or to look for excuses for not being the kind of Catholics we should. In the gospel, Jesus wants us, through the example about building a tower and going to a battle, that we have to be prepared for the Christian experience. Heaven is our promised inheritance, but that lies in the future. Meanwhile, here on earth, we are expected to be faithful disciples who must hear and heed the words of Jesus. Anyone who does not take up his cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. Perhaps our cross is to endure the pain involved in giving up our own slavery to alcohol, tobacco, or drugs. Or our cross may be to embrace the disciple. We need to overcome gossip, to forgive someone who has injured us gravely, or to be kind and thoughtful toward someone who drives us crazy. God does not force us to be virtuous any more than Paul forced Philemon to give up his slave. Even when bad things happen to us, God does not compel us to accept them as a cross. We have to make the effort to see that we can turn something awful into something valuable by joining our sufferings to those of Christ. Paul gave us the example of using every situation as an opportunity to serve Jesus Christ, to win yet another battle for the Lord. That's why Jesus is calling us to give up everything to follow him, even our own lives. May God bless you.